Welcome in Craft and Design 3.0. For my dear audience, in this video I will describe some different and much beautiful ideas of plastic flower pot. Dear audience, it can be used for different purpose like as a growing of plants or growing of flowers originally. But when we define a flower pot, then a flower pot, plantetti, or plant pot is a container in which flower and another plant are cultivated and displayed. Dear audience, when we talk about a plastic flower pot, many questions arise in our mind, like as what is the use of plastic flower pot and what is the purpose of a plastic flower pot, or what are a plastic pot made of, or what can I do with plastic flower pots. So, dear audience, when we talk about what is the use of plastic flower pot, then unlike the clay pot, plastic garden pot are not absorbent, they don't absorb water, which discourages the growth of fungi and rot on the surface. So they also work well under harsh sunlight. So the same cannot be said for clay pots, which can become brittle and break. When we talk about the flower pot purpose, then a plastic flower pot purpose, then plastic flower pots have a number of uses such as transporting plants to new location, starting seeds pot and patio and indoor cultivation of plants. And the growing of tender plants in colder region indoor. Dear audience, when we talk about what a plastic pot made of, then plastic container and pot are predominantly made from the crude oil based plastic poly profiling for sustainability and cost reasons. So pots have already been made entirely or partially from recycled material of several years. What can I do with plastic flower pots? Then many local authorities collect pots, tube, and trays in their curbside collection. If your local authority does, then you should be able to put non-black plastic plant pot in your home recycling collection. So it is best to check with them directly. So some garden centers offer plant pot take back scheme. So many types of plastic plant pots are used, like as grow bag. We can plastic pot grow bag and Metka style jumbo and Matka style planter and rubber flower plant. So when we talk about this, its beneficial point of view, can talk about due to a small surface area, it is unlikely weed seed will find their way into pots. So no heavy garden tools or equipment saves your back and money with less maintenance. So as a mobility, plants in pot can easily be moved to suit your needs or to a more suitable sunny or shady location during the day. Some different uses of pot. What is a cooking pot used for? So, cooking pot can be used to cooking various types of food, such as soaps or pasta, and pots in particularly are often used. But in my video, artificial use of plastic material, not plastic, not used in the pot. Pot in particularly are often used to prepare some different flour for liquidation of stew, soaps, and some sauces, flours, kind of flours. So, if we talk about the supplies needed to plant flowers in a pot, fairly minimal. So it can be a potting soil. You will need a bag of potting soil or several depending upon pot size and garden gloves. So these are not necessary, but I always prefer them so I am not cleaning soil out of my finger, nail for day on end. So small shovels and a planter can use it. So, one question, can plastic flower pot be recycled? Yes, it can be a waste. It can be a long time and long term question. Yes, plastic pot tubes and trays can be recycled or upcycled from one place to another, at some out or some pot to another, so at some out of home recycling point. So, if we uh, time to time, so it can be a long time, then plastic plant pots don't absorb moisture and plastic pot dry fast, so this is a good for the cold weather. However, if the plastic planters are weak, they may still crack as the soil within them freezes and expand. The thing to watch out for with plastic planters is that they often only last for 2 to 3 years. So, are plastic plants pot good for the environment? Yes, and even though many plastic pots have a number that is recyclable below, they would not be recycled. So, plastic are derived from an array of material, including crude oil, since oil is not a renewable resource. So, plastic as a product is not environmentally friendly, but when we use it in a flower pot, it can be friendly and franknessly. So, are plastic flower pot flammable? So, especially during dry or hot weather, potting soil can in fact self-ignite when a plastic planter is positioned in direct sunlight, so neglected and allowed to complete dry out. So, how do you clean plastic flower pots? It's also a question. Then to disinfect the pots, start by using a brush or rag to remove all the loose soil particles. Then wash pots in soapy water or dish detergent, work great, and rinse clean. So soak the container in a solution containing 1 part household bleach to mine pot water for a minimum of 10 minutes and rinse. So do plant need plastic pot? Then while unglazed ceramic, clay or terracotta are porous, so allow moisture to escape, so are good for desert developers or plants and that prefer drier soil or moisture. A retaining vessel made of plastic may also be useful if you are a forgetful plant parent, as your plant will survive longer between watering. So plastic flower pots are good for plants, and then plastic pots are not necessarily bad for plants, but they are also not ideal, and they are a better option when grown in plastic pot. Planters get root bound more easily as root turn when they hit the plastic and start to follow the plastic around the pot. Then fabric pots avoid this by for allowing the roots to air prone. So, our plastic flower pots are better. Yes, it can be better and well for gardening and for flower pots gardening and plastic flower for wateration. So, dear audience, I think that my video and my ideas inspired you much. If my video and idea inspired, then subscribe my channel and like my video. Thank you very much, guys. Once again, thank you.